Hello everyone. Here we are going to see first chapter of unit number 8 of dyes syllabus, that is having non-textile uses of dyes. Okay, non-textile uses of dyes. See, dyes are having wide application in textile industry. Okay, for coloring textile, for coloring clothes. Okay, other than this textile material, dyes also having application in other sectors also. This what we have to see here in this chapter. Okay, so let us proceed that for non-textile uses of dyes. Okay, let us see here. This is what non-textile substrate for dyes. So which are these substrate that are used as a non-textile substrate for dyes? So first substrate is what? Paper. It may be a paper. Okay, paper. On paper also we have to do a printing. That may be a color printing or it may be a black and white printing. Okay, but black printing is also a dye. Okay, so another substrate is what? A leather. Okay, then another substrate is what? Plastic. Okay, on plastic also we have to dye some material. Then other substance it may be a food. Okay, jam, jellies, all these things are what? Colored. Okay, so pickles, all these are what? Color foods. Okay, so we have to use dye in these substances or in this substrate also. Okay, next use of dye is what? It as a drug. Okay, in case of drug, okay, to color these drugs. Okay, that drug may be a capsule, it may be a tablet, it may be a syrup. Okay, so here also there is what? Involvement of a dye to dye that drug or a medicine. Okay, to give color to that compound. Another important sector, non-textile sector for dyes is what? A indicator. Okay, so indicator is also involves dyeing. Okay, so that indicator, we know in laboratory we are using pH indicator, we are using indicator in complexometric titration. Okay, that may be a somewhat which indicator we have seen in last semester. See, indicator using complexometric titration, so that is involving EDTA as a substrate, but indicator is a different. Okay, so also dyes involved in cosmetics. Okay, also dyes involved in laser dyes. Okay, that may be a laser dyes. So these are what? Non-textile substrate or non-textile substances. Okay, these are what? Non-textile substrate or non-textile substrate for dyes. Okay, so other than textile material we may have such type of different substrates or different substances for dyeing. Okay, this what we have to see in this lecture. Okay, now let us see first non-textile substrate for dyes. Okay, or non-textile use of dye is what? See, let us see here. First non-textile use of dye is what? Biomedical uses of dyes. Okay, what is this? Biomedical uses of dyes. So here what we have to see? Biomedical. Okay, dyes which are having application in biomedical field. Dyes which are having application in what? Biomedical field. This what we have to see in this lecture. Okay, so dye may be used as a formulation. Dyes, it may be used in what? Formulation. Okay, so dyes, which are the dyes that are used in what? Formulation of tablet, syrup or a drug, whatever it is. Then again second biomedical use of dyes is what? Biological staining agent. Okay, biomedical use of dyes is what? Biological staining agent. Third biomedical use of dyes is what? DNA markers. Okay, third biological use of dyes is what? DNA marker. And fourth biomedical use of dyes is what? Dyes as a therapeutics. Okay, so in today's lecture we will see dyes used in what? Formulation. Dyes is used in what? Formulation. Okay, now let us see which are the dyes that are used in what? Formulation. Okay, let us see. So see, biomedical uses of dyes. In this slide we will see biomedical uses of dyes, and first use is what? Dyes used in formulation. The dyes which are used in what? Formulation. So which are these dyes that are used in formulation? What is mean by formulation? Okay, what is the use of this formulation? Okay, what are the use of these dyes? Why we have to use these dyes? Okay, so these are the lot of question in our mind. So we have to see what are the answer for this question. So see, the drugs either singly or in combination is administered in three formulation. Okay, drug is either singly or in combination is administration in three formulation, that is what, tablets, capsule or syrup. Okay, so suppose if we feel some sickness, isn't it, then at that time we go to the what, doctors. So doctor is giving what, drug. Okay, so that drug, it may be in the form of tablets, it may be in the form of capsule, or it may be in the form of syrup. So these are the what, formulations of concerned drug. These are what, the formulations of concerned drug. Okay, now see, what are the basic objective, what are the basic objective of coloring this formulation? What are the basic objective of coloring this formulation? So first objective is what, to enhance the aesthetics of the tablets, to enhance the aesthetics of the tablets, capsule or syrup. Aesthetic means what, we have to enhance. Okay, that tablet should look as a attractive, that tablet should look as a beautiful. Okay, whatever it, aesthetics means nice or beautiful. Okay, or that capsule or that syrup, it should be a attractive, it should be a looking nice, it should be a looking beautiful, whatever. Okay, so to enhance the aesthetics of the tablet, capsule or syrup. Next is what, next objective is what, to help the product, to help in the product identification. Okay, to help in the product identification. So that product should be what, easily identified, that product should be easily identified. If we go to the medical shop, okay, if we go to the what, chemist, druggist shop, that is medical shop, at that time, see, that person, it may be a sometime it's not having a particular degree, that is B Pharm or M Pharm, it may be a sometime illiterate person, but he knows that yellow color bottle is for which is, okay, then green color bottle, that is green syrup, is for what the purpose. Okay, then you know what is the blue tablet, what is this green tablet. Okay, so all these color tablets are having some useful meaning. Okay, so then see, next objective is what, the color coating helps in maintaining the stability of tablet. The color coating helps in maintaining the stability of tablet, of capsule, tablet or a capsule. So that color coating, it also helps in what, maintaining the stability, that tablet will become a more stable, that capsule become a more stable by color coating. Okay, next objective of this formulation is what, it helps to distinguish between different formulation available. It helps in what, distinguishing between the different formulation are available in the market. Okay, so we can easily distinguish, okay, we can easily distinguish different formulation. Okay, see, cup syrup, it may be a sometime orange, or it may be a sometime brownish, or it may be a sometime reddish. Okay, so like that we can easily distinguish the cup syrup, okay, by looking that color of that bottle. Next is what, it helps in illiterate patient, it helps the illiterate patient to know which tablet or capsule should be taken when, on the basis of color. It helps the illiterate patient to know which tablet or a capsule should be taken when, on the basis of color. Okay, suppose illiterate patient has to take a tablet or a capsule. Okay, so doctor tells him, this green tablet you have to take at afternoon time, this red tablet you have to take in the evening time or in night time, or this white tablet you have to take at the time of breakfast. So by looking this color, that illiterate person can take that given tablet in his body. So these are what, the main objective of this coloring formulations. Okay, so dyes are involved, many application involve this coloring formulation. Okay, now let us see which are these formulation, which are these formulation. First formulation is what, see, first formulation is what, a tablet. First formulation is what, a tablet. Some inert material like starch, chalk, okay, etc. Some inert material like starch, chalk, etc. is mixed with the medicine. Okay, some inert material, this chalk or a starch, this is what a inert material is mixed with what the medicine along with a binder, along with what a binder, so that binder can bind that medicine to the inert material and compress into what tablet, so that will get compressed into what tablet. The tablets are of two types, one is what coated tablet and second one is what uncoated tablet. Tablet are of two types, one is what coated tablet and second one is what uncoated tablet. Both of them can be colored, both of these can be colored, they may be colored or they not be colored, but they may be a what color. So next type of formulation, see this is what a first type of formulation, tablet is what a first type of formulation. Second type of formulation is what, see second type of formulation is what a capsule. Okay, second type of formulation is what a capsule. So capsule is having again two different types. There are two forms of capsule, one is what hard shell capsule, another one is what soft shell capsule. Hard shell capsule and soft shell capsule, the capsule are used when the medicine has to be taken in the form of powder or granules. Okay, capsule are used when the medicine has to be taken in the form of powder or granules. Okay, see if you might have seen that capsule, by opening that capsule, okay, it is having sometimes what granules, okay, or it is sometime having what powder. Okay, that means capsule either in the form of powder or it is in the form of granules. Okay, suppose if you have seen capsule of vitamin B12 complex, okay, vitamin B12 complex that is mostly used at the time of mouth ulcer, okay, that is having some granules in that capsule. Okay, see here, both the type of capsule can be colored by dyes. Both the type of capsule can be colored by dyes or pigments. The white pigments like titanium dioxide make the capsule opaque. The white pigment like a what? Titanium dioxide makes the capsule what? Opaque. Next is what? Third type of formulation is what? Syrup. Third type of formulation is what? A syrup. These are the what? Thick liquids obtained by these syrups are what? Thick liquid. Okay, you may see a syrup which is used for cough, a syrup which is used for cold. Okay, like Benadryl. Okay, like Benadryl is used for as a cough syrup. Okay, then we can use as a Mm. uh, phenylenediamine hydrochloride, that is we can use for as a cold syrup. Okay, so see these syrups are mostly what they are what thick liquid. Okay, now see these thick liquids are obtained by dissolving the drugs. These thick liquid are obtained by what? Dissolving the drugs in alcohol, glycerol or in sorbitol. So that drugs, okay, that are dissolved in what? Alcohol or in glycerol or in what? Sorbitol. So what we will get? We will get that thick liquid. Okay, and that thick liquid is what? Our syrup. Okay, the syrups are colored to make them attractive. The syrups are what? The mostly they are colored. Okay, why they are colored? To make them attractive. To make them what? Attractive. See, some children, okay, if you are if in your house, okay, if you are if in your house there are some small childrens, okay, so they may have attraction. Okay, I want to take this pink syrup, I like green syrup, I like orange syrup, they say like this. Okay, so if syrup is having attractive color, that syrup can be taken by very easily by childs or some kids. Okay, see here, in some cases the color is an indication. The color is an what? Indication of the flavoring essence added. Okay, so by looking the color of that syrup, we can say that which is the flavor which is the flavoring essence is added, which is the flavoring essence is added. Okay, now you can see here syrup with orange flavor. syrup with what? Orange flavor. It is having what? Yellow or orange dye, which is having what? Yellow or orange dye. Now syrup with what? Lemon flavor. Syrup with what? Lemon flavor. That is having what? Green or yellow dye. That is having green or yellow dye. And the syrup with what? Mint flavor. That is having what? White dye. So these are what? Three types of formulation. First one is what? Tablets. Second one is what? Capsule. And third one is what? Syrup. Okay, so these type of formulation, okay, in these three types of formulation, dyes are having wide importance, okay, very big importance. Okay, so dyes are used in this formulation to make them attractive, okay, to make them that is interesting to take, okay, so like that. Now see here, in this slide we are going to see what are the characteristics of dyes. In this slide we are going to see what are the characteristics of dyes. Okay, so these dyes, okay, which dyes that are used in what? Formulation. That are the dyes which are used in formulation. So that dyes should have which type of characteristics. Okay, so first characteristic is what? They should be what? FDA or FSSAI approved. Okay, this should be what? FDA or FSSAI approved colors. These dyes should be what? FDA or FSSAI approved color. So, okay, so these are the two agency. Okay, Food Drug Administration and this FSSAI. Okay, that agency is approving that color which is used as a dye in what formulation. Okay, then and then only we can use that dye. So okay, this is the what? First characteristic of dye. Second characteristic of dye is what? The dyes used must be totally non-toxic. The dyes which is used, it should be what? Completely non-toxic. Okay, it should be what? Completely non-toxic. Third characteristic is what? They should not cause allergic reactions. They should not cause any allergic reaction in human body. Okay, next characteristic is what? They should not interact with the drug. They should not interact with what? Drug. The dyes should not interact with drug. Okay, if they interact, they may form some another product. Okay, and that will be what? Having adverse effect on human health. Okay, so this should not be interact with what? Drug. Okay, now the next characteristic of that dyes is what? They should not have any physiological action themselves. They should not have any physiological action themselves. Okay, next is what? They should be pure and used in very minute amounts. They should be what? Pure and used in what? Very minute amounts. So these dyes should be what? Very pure and used in what? Very minute amount. Okay, so these are what? The characteristics of dyes. These are what? The characteristic of dyes that are used in what? Formulation. That are used in what? Formulations. Okay. Now let us see which are the dyes, that are used in coloring of tablets, capsule and syrups. Let us see which are the dyes that are used in what? Coloring of tablets, capsule and syrup. So see, first type of dye is what? A natural dye. First type of dyes are what? Natural dyes, and second type of dyes are what? Synthetic dyes. First type of dyes are what? Natural dyes, and second type of dyes are called synthetic dyes. Okay, so which are these natural dyes? Which are these natural dyes that are used in what? Coloring of tablet, capsule and syrup. So these natural dyes are like chlorophyll, anthocyanin, carotenoid, turmeric, saffron, etc. These natural dyes such as what? Chlorophyll, anthocyanin, carotenoid, turmeric, saffron, etc. can be used for color coating. Can be used for what? Color coatings of what? drugs like tablet, capsule, isn't it? Now see, what are the disadvantage of these natural dyes? What are the disadvantage of these natural dyes? Okay, see, natural coloring agent may give dull, cloudy color which may be uneven. Okay, natural coloring agent may give what? A dull color. Okay, very faint color. Okay, it may be a sometime cloudy. It may be a sometimes what? Cloudy, and which may be a uneven. Okay, there will not be a even coating of that color on that substrate. Okay, second is what? Second disadvantage is what? Herbal extract may interact with the active drug. That herbal extract, okay, that herbal extract, okay, that dye, the dye which is derived from what? A this natural product like turmeric, okay, that is from root of turmeric. Okay, so that herbal extract may get interact with what? Active drug components of tablet or capsule. Okay, so these are what? A there will be a what? Adverse effect of this herbal extract on what? Drug. Okay, hence these natural dyes are not used that much widely in the application of coating, okay, to what? Drugs. Okay, now which are the synthetic dyes? Which are the synthetic dyes? See, synthetic dyes are what? FDA or FSSAI approved. Okay, these synthetic dyes are what? FDA or FSSAI approved. FDA is what? Food Drug Administration. This is what? A agency which controls all these things. Okay, so FDA, FSSAI approved synthetic dyes are largely used to color tablet, capsule or syrup. They are what? Largely used to what? Color the tablets, color the capsule or syrup. So which are these synthetic dyes? See, first synthetic dye is what? Erythrocene. First synthetic dye is what? A erythrocene. Okay, see, we can see this is what? A derivative of phenolphthalein. It's like a derivative of a phenolphthalein. It is a what? A oxazine dye. It is what? A oxazine dye. Okay, so this is what? A erythrocene. Now see, second is what? Indigo caramine. Second is what? Indigo caramine. Okay, see here, this is what? A indigoid dye. This is what? A indigoid dye. So this is what? A derivative of indigo. Okay, this is what? A sulfonic acid derivative of indigo. Sulfonic acid group is substituted here at this phenyl ring and this phenyl ring. So what we will get? A what? Indigo caramine. Okay, this is also a what? Synthetic dye which is used in what? Coloring tablet, syrup or capsule. Next synthetic dye is what? Tetrazine. Next synthetic dye is what? A tetrazine. So this tetrazine is also used in what? Coloring of tablet, capsule and syrup. And last synthetic dye is what? A sunset yellow. Okay, sunset yellow and tetrazine. See, they are having what? Azo group. Sunset yellow and tetrazine, they are having what? Azo group. So these are what? Azo dyes. Tetrazine and sunset yellow are what? Azo dyes, isn't it? So these are what? The some synthetic dyes which are used in coloring of tablet, capsule and syrups. So this is what we have seen, the dyes which are used in formulation. Okay, so these are what about the dyes which are used in formulation. Okay, so we will stop here. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you.